Yeah, Justice. A lot of the coaches have said that you were kind of trying to fit in and find your way in the spring, and it seems like now you kind of feel like you're all part of the team and moving a lot faster and stuff. Is that be your assessment also?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. Just coming in, being a new guy, taking on a role that just is new to me, new area, new people. I just wanted everybody to, accept me and watch me work. Know that I wasn't coming in feeling entitled or anything. I wanted to work for everything that I got here.
And Cam, you're obviously back out there after the elbow surgery and everything. How are you feeling, and how do you think camp's gone so far?
Man, I'm feeling good, feeling blessed. Elbows healthy, man. Had some time to recuperate and recover, and just go along with the process of getting back healthy in the spring, taking a lot of mental reps. So man, I feel great, especially being out there and knowing that this is my last time being here with the Hogs. Man, I feel good, and the competition every day with the offensive linemen, it makes me even better.
Cam, what's the next step for your game, man? You come back for a fifth year here. You obviously probably have NFL aspirations. What are the last kind of pieces that you want to put together this year and improve yourself?
Just overall being consistent, man. I want to, not take reps off, not take plays off, just keep doing the same thing over and over again. I feel like that will improve my game, and also pass rush. I'm like I say all the time, man. I feel like I solidify myself in the run game, but I have to have a bigger emphasis and a more dominant, pursuit in the pass rush as well.
As Trey kind of said, a lot of the coaches have been praising Justus here, the guys here, right? What have you seen, working with him every day? What has allowed him kind of to take the next step? And, he's been working with the ones a ton that we've seen.
Man, Boone's my dog, man. Just like the experience overall, you can tell that he had playing in this conference, because this is a step down from the NFL. This is one of the best conferences in the league. And, just seeing his day in, day out passion for the game, with the X's and O's. Sometimes he coached me on things. Sometimes I coach him on things. But he's just an overall a great player, a physical player, man. Florida's lost. We got him, and I'm glad we do, man. I love playing beside this guy right here.
Yeah, Justice, can you kind of walk us through what drew you to Arkansas? I guess staying in the SEC, there obviously was some defensive ends that left in playing time. But overall, just what kind of brought you here?
Definitely the connection that me and Coach Deke had with a fellow friend. His name is Khalid James. He was my quality control coach at Florida, and he's actually a coach now at Western Kentucky. But I was just in the middle of the transfer portal in the process of recruiting or whatever like that, and he reached out to me and told me that Coach Adams was trying to get in touch with me because I did have two phone numbers at the time. So he was the number that he was calling, I wasn't receiving the call. So he reached out to me and told me that Coach Adams was trying to reach me, and I happened to be at Oklahoma State at the time, so that's right up the road. I came down to visit it, and it was everything that he said to me. I think one of the main things that stand out was his devotion to God, and saying that we was all a family, and just how much that he was looking for a perfect fit rather than just finding a player. He wanted a person that was gonna fit in with his group that he already had, rather than just get somebody that was gonna come in and do that. And I just take pride and value, and just actually having something to go towards, and not just just going to a school just because they wanted me,
Justice, we heard what Cam thought about you, but what do you make of Cam? Leader of the group or whatever. What do you think of him?
Man, he's a dog, man. I've seen it. I've known Cam was before I got here, and it was actually good that when I was recruiting, he was actually up here too. He was one of the only guys up here, so that's one of the good things that I liked about it too. The guy I was playing right beside, he was up in the building when I was recruiting. And the dude was a dog. I mean, y'all know him. The tape speak for itself, so he can get out there, and the experience thing is a big thing too. When we're on the same side, I could just tell I'm playing against somebody that playing with somebody that knows what they're doing, and it just feels good.
Deke told us, and T-Will before him, that you turned down money. There were some offers out there. Why the decision?
Man, I'm a big loyalty guy. My father and my mother has always instilled in me stay down for the come up, and it all started with me in my high school. Out of about East Point, Tri-Cities. I want to say I won 6 games my whole high school career. I had an opportunity to go to IMG Academy. I had an opportunity to transfer, but I didn't. I wanted to be a legend coming out of my high school. And, God blessed me with 42 Division I scholarships out of high school. And the word, like I said, stay down for the come up, and good things come to those who wait. And I feel like God has led me with my journey here, and good things, nothing but good things have came, since being here. And I had opportunities to leave, but it was no point to just pack up and go for a matter of a year and so, and lose all the connections and relationships I built in this state, and just the people. I love the people here in Arkansas, not only in Fayetteville, but I've been all around Arkansas, and I just love this state in general.
People look at you guys on paper and see that Landon left, the sack leader, wondering where the sacks are going to come. Can you both of y'all maybe talk about what you expect from the pass rush this year?
I expect a lot of pressure and a lot of sacks coming from not only the ends but the interior as well. We got a lot of shifty guys. We did a really good job of getting pass rushers out the portal, like Boone, like Talley, Phillip Lee. And then we got some returners, some young guys who's hungry and ready, like Charlie Collins, Kavion Henderson. Quincy Rose has came a long way. Quincy's going to be a dog. He's going to surprise a lot of people this year. And from an interior standpoint, we went out in the portal, got David Oki. Danny Salili came a long way. He's had a tremendous spring, and he's having a great camp as well. Big Ian Gaffar, big I-95, that's what I call him. He's come a long way as well when it came to pressure on the quarterback, and we got a lot of talent, a lot of young talent, and a talented group, and we're gonna hit on all cylinders.
Yeah, no, definitely. I can just elaborate off you said. Like, we just took a lot of pride in transitioning and getting to the quarterback, and just being able to play off each other. I think that's one of the best things that's going to be beneficial to us, that we all have a really great connection. We've all rushed with each other for spring and fall, so we just all know exactly what everybody's capable to do, so we are able to adapt off each other and make those plays.
Cam, going back on you choosing to stay here when people were trying to offer you all this money, will you take us behind the curtain a little bit of just what it's like to be an athlete coming off a big year, like the voices coming at you, like how was that happening once the season ended?
Man, it was people coming from all different ends and different angles, and people trying to do it the legal way by trying to communicate with me through family, friends, and stuff of that nature. But at the time, I was going through it with my pops, so I wasn't really in tune with none of that. I was focusing more so on my dad. I heard the offers and all that, but I wasn't paying no mind to it. I just knew I wanted to be here for my last year if I had to come back, and that's what my father wanted as well, because I talked to him about it, being in the hospital with him, and all the offers and stuff was coming in, but my dad told me to stay. And I stayed, not only because of me, but because my father as well, because when I committed to this university, my family did, and my whole family fell in love with it. So we're going to finish what we started, and that's why I'm still here, and I will remain here.
And real quick, Justus, you said you knew Cam before ever coming here. How?
Just off his play. I mean, I actually tuned into the Arkansas-Tennessee game last year, and I seen him out there hitting his little, what's the name, move or whatever like that. So, I've been in tune with him with 5 or whatever like that. So, like I said, when I actually got a chance to, get an opportunity to play with him, I was like, you only as good as, the next person beside you, and you need a good D-tackle to be a good end.
With your recruiting visit, I think you were saying that Cam was in the building. Can you just tell us more about that?
Oh yeah, I came up here. It was it was in the right after the bowl game, so everybody was home, handling their business, whatever like that. And I came down. I was like I said, I came back down by myself. It was just me and the coaches, and Cam just happened to be one of the only players in the building at the time. He came down, chopped it up with me for a few hours. I think he came out to eat with us too. Yeah, he was just the only one down here, and it was just good vibes, good connection. We talked about ball and just figuring out exactly what we need. And he was telling me, I was just getting the nitty gritty of what it was to be down here, and I really liked everything.
And then Cam, for you, we've heard a lot about the offensive line and the praise for it by coaches. How well do you think the defensive line is stacking up to it right now, and maybe where it needs to be?
I feel like it's a battle every single day with the offensive line. One day they own us, the next day we're on them. It's just a competition, and iron is sharpening iron. It's going to be a very successful year on both sides of the ball, starting with the trenches because that's where it starts. And, man, just going up against that offensive line every day, sometimes I get angry and frustrated when I can't do what I want to do. But, it's good for them, but then sometimes it don't be good for me. But the next day it'd be good for me, if you get what I'm saying. So, man, we got a great offensive line, and I love the guys. And my biggest thing being here so long is, like, I never had a relationship as I do with the offensive line, as in on the field during practice. Like, we'll try to kill each other, in a friendly competition way. But as soon as that last horn snap, we're back to dapping each other up, giving each other hugs, high fives, going out to eat, stuff like that. So, man, just the relationship we have. This is a close team.
Justus, you had an ACL tear back in 23, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
So last season, what was that kind of like for you, first season back healthy, and then do you feel like this year you have the opportunity to kind of turn it loose even more?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I'm going to be perfectly honest. I just felt like I probably I could move, but I wasn't 100% last year. I still was battling through it, still, learning to trust it, trust my process and trust the work that I put into it. I can honestly say now I feel pretty good,
Yeah, Cam, I wanted to talk to you a little bit more about Danny and his transformation going from 375, I think 318, 319 or something, and just what that has allowed him to do. Seems really quick out there and powerful.
So Trey, to tell you, man, I remember telling Daniel like this when he was going through his weight loss journey. You got to treat your body like a car, like a Ferrari. You can't put no regular, what is it? Is it 83, 87 gas or whatever? You got to put that premium in there. So it's just, he started changing his diet. He started taking the workouts more serious and his cardio. And, he made a commitment that he was going to drop however many pounds he did. And you could tell how elusive he looks. Just going sideline to sideline and having that stamina, to be out there longer plays. And Danny has made a big leap, man, and I'm so excited to see what he can do this year because I know all the things he's capable of. And, he deserves this opportunity, and now it's here for him, so I'm happy for him.
And some of the younger guys, Caleb Bell, and Reginald Vaughn, and Kevin Otis, what are your thoughts on them, the freshmen?
Funny guys. Those guys they're some cool incoming freshmen, man. But you can tell like all the potential that they have and how much they're already developing and getting adapted and getting to adjust to our system already. And the next coming years, you're going to hear a lot of good things about those three guys right there, as well as Trent Sellers and Keandre Johnson as well. We got a great incoming freshman class, and who knows? Some of them might be ready to play this year, some of them may not. But at the end of the day, I feel like they're going to make an impact sooner or later.
Yeah, Justus, I wanted to ask you a little bit more about Sellers and Keandre, just your thoughts about them on the edge.
They're really good guys. I think one of the things I liked about them the most is that they're sponges. Like they looking to be coached up from older guys, look to be coached up from coach. Like they want to be better, and they they're not in that prima donna phase where they feel like they got their rankings or they just coming in high school NIL. They don't need no coaching and stuff. They open to learn, and they one thing our coach said, they don't take no back seat to nothing. Like, you feel me? If you can play and you can contribute to the team, you're gonna find a way to do it. And I feel like they go in there with that mindset of trying to be better and also trying to be one of the young guys to contribute. Like you said, they're a funny group, but I really like them. They some sponges. They want to get better.
Cam, what have you seen when you go up one-on-one against Kobe, specifically at right guard? I mean, how has he maybe improved from last year as a freshman, and what have you seen from him this fall?
I want to say with Kobe, he probably added like an extra pancake to his breakfast or something. Because going against Kobe, if you don't use your hands, man, it's like running to a brick wall. But Kobe has came a long way. You can tell he's matured, real quick, off the field and on the field. And going up against him feels like I'm going against a SEC guard. Like, if I want a great look and I'm tired of going against Fernando because Fernando's another great look, I can go right over there and go to Kobe, So all around, I can get great reps, on both sides of the ball. So Kobe's he's a guy now.
Justus, what are your thoughts on Quincy as a guy and just his upside?
I love Quincy as a person. He's a really he's an interesting person. I think that he's saying words like, what's the sentence I would say? I just love because he's active. Like Quincy's like one of those type attitudes. Like you never really see him down. Like if he's down, it's got to be like really something that's bothering him because he's always smiling. He's always making a joke. Like he's just like he knows like a lot of memes, so he be like saying memes and stuff like that. But he's a really good person. When it comes on the field, he's relentless. I really like him. I've seen like just from me being here from spring to fall, I've seen how much he's like focused on his rushes and how hard he goes. Like I really like him. Like all the time we line up against each other. We like, all right, meet each other in the back. Like, you know, it's real competition, and our commodity is really good, and it just all works out really nice.
Quinn, you said that your dad. You said that when you committed to Arkansas, your family committed to Arkansas. Do you recall when your dad was in better health, how many games he was able to get to, or even road games, maybe?
I do remember, so my father was diagnosed in March of 24. Before then, any opportunity, any game that they could get to, they came. X&A is a very expensive airport. But my mom, she was working for Delta at the time, so we had the little flight benefits, But the last game that my father came to was a Tennessee game. That's when things started to get a little worse. But that game, for that to be like the last game of him seeing, man, it was a surreal moment. And I remember texting him, like, if y'all think I'm lying, I can show y'all the text. I texted him because I told him, I was like, when we win, like not if, but when we win, y'all stay in the bleachers. Do not come on that field, because I didn't want nobody to trample my parents. And, everybody rushed the field. I turned my head. He right behind me, doing all this. And I'm like, man, you hard-headed, man. You hard. I told you I was going to come to you, but – man, that was the last game, my father came to in person, and then he seen the Liberty Bowl on TV. After that, that's when, things started taking a little toll, so he started watching the games on TV. But, man, I'm glad that was the game, for him to see me one last time in person.
My family worked for Delta too, man. You know how that is. We saw some more Buck stuff today. Are y'all, like, moving on in the installation where the Buck is getting more active, I guess?
So, with T-Will, we have a lot of different formations and a lot of different packages. Today just happened to be a day where we wanted to move guys around and just see different things.